Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit Zappy here, back again with Hunter Hunter. We are on episode 131, and in the last episode, we had the confirmation that Kite is actually dead. Now, I knew this pretty much from the get-go. Like, as soon as we saw Kite's head in Neferpito's lap, it kind of just rang true that he is dead. And I said in the post-discussion for the last episode that while as harsh as it is to say, I'm kind of glad that we're at this point and it's actually confirmed to Gun. Even though he's like at a mental breakdown and he's still like holding out hope because Dr. Bly's come back out, even though Dr. Bly's only healing Neferpito. But he's in a mental breakdown phase at the moment. But I'm just happy that there is like that confirmation for the characters, because for so long now, he's been holding out hope, and it's like Kite's alive, and then when he figures out what's like happened to Kite and everything, it's like, right, well, I'll be holding out hope that Neferpito can bring him back and stuff. So, it's nice to just finally get to this point, because I feel like it's been a long time coming. So yeah, we'll see what happens coming up next. I think as soon as Neferpito's arm's healed, I think that's it. It's fight time. I think that's what's on Neferpito's mind anyway. And also in regards to last episode where I was talking about how I felt like the writing wasn't as good and there was inconsistencies and stuff, I'll just kind of I'll try and sum it up as best as I can, because the thing is that I didn't want to rag on the show too hard. I was trying not to, but there were a few people that kind of came out and tried to defend it at some point. But I think if I can sort of analyze it better, you may understand why. So I think it was a bunch of different things that just coagulated together in that one episode that just made it seem like I was making a bigger issue out of it than it actually was. So it started off with Shia talking about how he was talking to Meruem, and he was saying that it's a priority for you to get your memories back, right? That's the priority. Now they are linked up. They confirmed that they're linked up. So if anyone tells a lie, or Shia or Yuppie, then Meruem can tell instantly. I truly believe that Shia does not want, he doesn't think that the priority for Meruem is getting his memories back. So I feel like Meruem should have picked up on that to begin with, and he never did. Because I mean we know that can't be Shia's true. He must have been lying there, because we know he doesn't want him to get his memories back right now, because he's trying to get rid of Komugi before he gets his memories back. So there was that kind of started it, and then they made it to the palace, and the next one was obviously Meruem not going straight to the tower. Even though he asked specifically where is this place that I did all my stuff and everything like that, and they were the tower, so it's there. I don't know why he didn't decide to go there straight away and just fly to it, as opposed to going down and giving Shia more time. Because I feel like everything that was basically servicing Shia to give him enough time to get the Gungi set out of the way and everything. Everything was serving Shia too heavily in that episode, I think. And I think it possibly would have been done. It could have been done better if it was spaced out over the course of multiple episodes, because then it wouldn't have been so obvious. But I just thought that everything in the last episode was servicing Shia to the point of becoming the major villain for this little section of the show. But he was he went from the most vulnerable character to the most in control over the course of an episode. And I just feel like everything was servicing him, and I don't know for what reason. I feel like everything was just going his way, and it never felt natural. So there was just that. And obviously Meruem, from the Netero location, he bombed straight to the palace. So I don't know why he would slow down now that he's gotten to the palace. If he's specifically asking the location of where he did all of his stuff in the tower, I would figure that he would go straight there. He wouldn't dilly-dally around. But, there was that. And then, obviously, that lining up with, wealth and everything, and, changing his appearance and talking exactly like Komugi would. Somebody made a good point as well, basically saying that I don't know why they had to actually have Shia say anything at all. Would it not have done just as much for Welfin to say we've got Komugi, because it does seem a bit out of place to just say without Neferpito ever questioning anything. I mean, she can't anyway, because then Gon would be let on. But it seems a bit weird that, Shia would be, like, tell Welfin basically, like, to say, oh, we've got Komugi, by the way, this is proof. If you're just bringing out, like, straight out, this is proof from the very get-go, it seems a bit odd and fishy why you would put that out there. So I just feel like, it was a bunch of different things in that episode that I felt like serviced Shia way too much, considering how he was supposed to be the most vulnerable, in the most vulnerable position. Now he's in, like, the most control out of any character. It just seems a bit, like, too much to, to fit into one episode concerning him. I felt like the turn was way too quick for him. So that's just all I thought about it. Like I said, it probably would have been better if it was done over the course of, like, multiple episodes, and, like, let it drag out a bit, like, give us more exposition into Shia's sort of turn from being vulnerable to being in control. But I didn't want to rag on it too hard. I just figured I would try and, like, explain it a bit, like, more, like, a bit better. So I hope you kind of understand my reasoning there. But regardless, yeah, I've been ranting on now for like 6 minutes, so I think it's about time we get into the episode. So we're going to get into episode 131 and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, episode 131. Wow, I don't even know, like, where to... It's just another one of those episodes, isn't it? I feel like I've had so many of these recently, like... The time of recording a bunch of episodes across different shows where, a lot of them, to be fair, have been Hunter x Hunter, because because of the, the like... We're just at that point in the anime where shit's going, like, shit is going crazy constantly. And it's weird, like, to think that this fight that has been built up for so long was so one-sided, and it's like it's not an atypical fight. It's like it's because it's not rage as much, really, from Gon. I mean, it kind of is, but it's like solemn rage. It's like he's going nuts, but like in a different way. But, well, I mean, even to say like he's going nuts is not like the correct, like, terminology, I suppose. It's like it's like he's just given up, but it's like he needs one more thing left to do. And I like the poetry of this fight, especially at the end there, when he lost an arm. And he's like, I get to feel what Kite did back then, and it becomes a mirror fight of, like, what I assume was the Kite and Neferpito fight, which I don't know how long it lasted for. But it's almost like, I feel like almost in Gon's mind, it's almost like writing, it's like trying to rewrite the wrong that happened in the Kite versus Nefer fight, where because you have the mirror like image of Gon like losing an arm like Kite did, and then using that amputated arm to like in an attack, it's like I almost like picture it like in Gon's mind. It's like it's like the fight that he wanted, or he would have hoped that would have happened with Kite. Like Kite, if Kite was able to like overcome it like this. There's something like, it's poetic in the way that they decided to do that, and like I really like it, to be fair. But yeah, it's like he rewrote the fight to win, like what the fight should have been with Kite, or what he'd hoped would have happened. So yeah, that was really cool. And Neferpito like puppeting herself. I thought that must have been what it was, because I was sure that yes, it's a royal guard, but this it still remains the same, that the if you destroy like the brain, which is like pretty much considered like the real part of them, right? Like Shia his real part would feature his real brain, while the rest of them wouldn't. He destroyed that, then that's it, they're gone. So I was sure that, like, yeah, Neferpita was dead there, and I was like, well, it only makes sense then that she's ended up with a. I don't know if it's something she put in to practice herself, or like if it was like a subconscious thing, kind of, you know, if it was conscious or subconscious that she did that before she got absolutely fucking destroyed. That image of her like falling from the fucking like, and Goons charging up his Jajan Ken. I mean, that was insane. Because she's just like fallen, and it's like she's ragdolled. It's like that one kick like snapped her in two. Like her spine's like completely like just shattered, and she's just, you know, she's just ragdolled to like back down to the floor. And I mean that, oh god, she got absolutely wrecked. And the thing is, as well, is like, it's interesting her like feelings on it as well, because it seems like she, well, at the very beginning there, she would have been better off not even telling them that he was like, she was going to kill him. Like, if she wanted to survive that, she should have attacked him when he was on the floor and like kind of still in that shock, because then he wouldn't have had time to defend anything on that. So she kind of dug her own grave with that one. But yeah, I mean, the fact that she even said that, like, almost like, and said sorry as well, because it's almost like she, I don't know, like she had changed, like Yuppie had changed, like Meruem was changing, you know. So there was definitely that like within there, and it was kind of like a thing of she doesn't want to, but she must for the king's sake. And then at the end there, like she said, like, I'm happy that it's me that he kills with it. Almost like I forced him to a point where he'll not die, but I mean he's well, the idea is that he's basically using his own life energy. I mean, that's what she said, right? Like, he sacrificed his life energy to basically mature to a point to use all of his power, transferring all of it into power. So the more he uses, it's like you'll never use Nen again. And I guess if it's life energy as well, like, this is shortening his lifespan. But then in this show, there are people that are like not average human lifespans anyway. Like, they're beyond. So I don't know really to what degree it is. But I don't think there's no way Gon's gonna have like no Nen after this, right? I mean, I know in the anime, like, how there's only, like, you know, how many episodes left? Like 20 episodes left. I don't actually. There's not even that. There's like 18 or 17, because obviously there was a few like recap episodes and whatnot. So I suppose, like, within that, but then, you know, I've been told that it's still, like, there's still more to come. Like, there's supposed to. So, you know, I just, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that at the end as well, like, using his Jajan Ken from his same arm out of the... it's just crazy, you know? Like how he focuses all there, but he's focused it on the, basically where his arm was cut off. And I think that was the biggest fucking one, that explosion there at the end, which obviously isn't good. Killua called him out. Like, he I mean, I know he's got Godspeed and everything, but I feel like Killua must have got caught up in that. it sort of kills me in a way. Forgive the pun. It kills me in a way that like he doesn't like that. Gon is he's so distraught, but like he's got like he has Killua there, you know. Like it's not like I feel like Gon because when Gon's like right, it's like I don't care anymore. Right, I get like the whole thing of because Killua's not there, he's not able to see. But like when I don't know if it was that thing at the end there where he turned around like with tears in his eyes before like it went off when Killua like called out his name that like Gon had realized then, but it was like just kind of too late, or he was like kind of saying with his eyes like I'm sorry Killua kind of thing. I just feel like I said, it kills me to think that like even Killua couldn't bring him back from that, and I kind of feel like, and as much as I love Kite, I don't feel like Gon should feel this. Like I don't know why I get the feeling that if something had happened to Killua like this in the same way, would Gon have acted the same way, and I don't want to feel that way. It's just like I wanted Killua to come back and pull him back out of that, but I do like it's that's just out of my love for like Killua, and because I know that Killua like cares for Gon so much, I just feel like the opposite isn't. I feel like it's almost like a one-way kind of thing. I know that Gon like he does like care for Killua, but I feel like Killua like cares so much more for Gon than the other way around, and it kind of sucks because Killua, like his character like has been about having this like one friend that he never had before that he can have, and it's always been about that. So it's just kind of hard to take in that regard. So yeah, I don't know if the turnaround with Gon having tears in his eyes was a way of saying with his eyes that he was sorry, like he's sorry to Killua or anything like that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what happens. I mean, I've still got another episode to react to right after this, so hopefully we'll get the aftermath of this one. I like the aftermath of the Netero and Meruem fight. That was a great episode, so we'll see what happens next episode, and we'll see the outcome of that. There's nothing else really. I mean, I've got other things down here. See, there's things that I wrote down, like notes that I write down because I don't know obviously where the episode's going. So there'll be some things that just like I write down just for the sake. Like I'll say, I write down Killua on his way to Gon. Like I don't know if it was going to cross many fucking episodes. So if Killua didn't get to Gon within this episode, then it would be something I talk about. So sometimes I'll just write down notes and then not even. It's pointless talking about them at the end because obviously we know what happened. Like Shia wanting Komugi in exchange for telling Peter like not to kill Gon, even though we know that Shia wouldn't do that anyway. But it was just to get Komugi first. Yeah, I mean at this point it doesn't even matter because Peter was just done. Like she's gone. Yeah, I think that's all I've got. But that was nuts. I was insane. That's like I am satisfied with the way that it went because it's unlike any other fight I've seen before. Like I didn't think a fight that would have gone this way that has been set up for quite a while now that like went the way it did could be satisfying with that outcome, considering the way like what happened with Gon and it not being a rage fight or a kind of back and forth, but so one-sided, but all made sense anyway. Like I was kind of juggling around like the whole thing of like, is Gon going to think it's his fault or Neferpito's fault? And during that whole fight, it seemed like it was both still, which I didn't think was like possible, because when Gon's just like he's on the floor, you know what I mean, like in tears, having a mental breakdown, it's like how the hell is he going to fight like this? It's almost like he's got no willpower. And he did have at this, like, with that same sort of. It was realization as well. So the realization that the Kite isn't coming back, I suppose, did play a part in that. So it wasn't like he was having a mental breakdown during the fight, but it's kind of like, when you reach that just don't care anymore, it's like, well, I've got this one thing left to do, and then after that, I honestly, I don't care what happens after that. It's like this almost became, in his mind, it was like his final, like, this is my final goal, If I die after this, that's fine. So yeah, I don't know if it's a case of Killua being like, if you do this, you'll die, or if you'll do this, you'll never use Nen again. I don't know, like, what it was there. Because the fact that they call, like, Nen life energy, I don't know if it's the same, I don't know if by using it all up, it is essentially, because it is called life energy, you will die. I don't know if that is the case. So I don't know, I guess we'll just have to see. But anyway, that's all I've got for this episode, so thank you for watching. In the description below I have links to certain things. One of them is the Discord, so you can get yourself over there if you wish, and I also have a Patreon page as well, so if you do want to support me on Patreon, that'd be very much appreciated. There is a bunch of different tiers and rewards there depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access tier for $5 a month, gives you access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Hunter x Hunter every week, as opposed to the usual 2 that the general public gets. So by the time this episode comes out for the general public, I'll finish the show, so you can go become an early access tier patron and watch, binge watch the whole the rest of the show, and if you can do it within a month, which seems pretty easy, then it's only going to cost you $5. It's a pretty good deal. There's also $10 there for full length. It doesn't matter for this show, but for other shows you will need that. And then there are other tiers where you can pay to have a certain show reacted to as well. So if you want me to react to a show, then go have a look at those tiers and see what they offer. But that's all I've got. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.